Good evening, welcome. It is June 8th, 2021, 6 p.m. Welcome to the San Marino Unified School District Board of Education meeting. Here is your board president, Shelley Ryan.
Thank you, Dr. Choi. I'd like to call the meeting to order. You may join us virtually via Zoom or at www.smusd.us/media. In person, you must pre-register at bit.ly BOE Board of Education in person. All meetings of the Board of Education are open to members of the public unless publicly noticed as a confidential closed session as allowed by the law, Education Code 35147. Members of the public may address the board as outlined in the public comments section of the agenda. The audio of all meetings is recorded, and a member of the public may be held liable for any slanderous or otherwise defamatory statements. In consideration of the board and members of the audience, please turn off and silence your cell phones while in the board area. The San Marino Unified School District encourages those with disabilities to participate fully in the public meeting process. If you need a disability-related modification or accommodation, including auxiliary aids or services to participate in the public meeting, contact the assistant to the superintendent at j.delatorre@smusd.us or 626-299-7000, extension 1310, at least 48 hours before the scheduled board meeting, so that we may make every reasonable effort to accommodate you under Government Code 54953.2, Americans with Disability Act of 1990, Section 202-42 U.S.C. 12-132. The documents provided to a majority of the Board of Education regarding an open session item on this agenda will be made available for public inspection in the district office located at 1665 West Drive, San Marino during normal business hours. In addition, such writings and documents may be viewed on the district's website at www.smusd.us. With open session, we will now take public comment. The Board of Education has adopted Board Policy 9323B. This will ensure the public's right to be heard in any matters pertaining to the San Marino Unified School District. Persons who wish to provide public comment will have three options to submit public comments: submit through an online form, request to speak during the meeting via question and answer and phone dial-in, request to speak during the meeting in person via the public comment card. You may submit an online form. The public may submit public comments for the open or closed session on June 8th from 11 through 3:30 p.m. Comments received during this time will not be read during the meeting, but will be provided to the Board of Education. As of this afternoon, by 3:30, there were no public comments submitted this way. Request to speak during the meeting via question and answer and phone dial-in. During the public comment, the meeting will pause for 1 minute to take requests to speak. Raise your hand function is used to take requests during the public comment period. Online attendees, press the raise hand icon to add yourself to the queue. And for phone attendees, dial *9. The speaking order will be determined based on the order of requests received. Individual speakers will be unmuted and called to speak. Requests to speak during the meeting in person via the public comment card. Please complete the public comment card. Submit the completed card to the designated drop box with the assistant to the superintendent no later than when the agenda section, items not on the agenda, in the consent section, information, or action is called on by the board president. Opportunities for public comments are offered prior to closed session at the start of the regular open session for items not on the agenda prior to the consent. Information and action items for matters on the agenda. The Board of Education reserves the right to add a public comment period prior to any individual item on the agenda. 5 minutes may be allotted to each speaker, maximum of 20 minutes to each subject matter. However, in the event there are more than 4 speakers on the same subject matter, the board president retains the discretion to adjust and limit the time allocated to each speaker to ensure all wishing to speak will be heard within the 20-minute allotment. This is 2A, communication from the audience concerning matters on the closed session agenda may be heard at this time, but will not be responded to by the Board of Education. This is an informational item. Dr. Choi?
Thank you, President Ryan. We'll pause the meeting for 1 minute to take requests. President Ryan, we have no requests.
Thank you, Dr. Choi. At this time, we will proceed to closed session.